Okay, so I wanted to do something a little different here with this review coverage. I was gonna do a traditional write-up or type-up of the game, but I felt like a hands-on, raw, from the start walkthrough of the tutorial and some of the features would probably be in the best interest of those who are interested in this game. For those of you new to BlazBlue, even though this is not a traditional BlazBlue title, BlazBlue is basically, it mirrors war. It starts off the beginning of the series. It starts off with this great war. There's like good, versus evil. The Black Beast and all this stuff, and then there's like, these heroes come into play. 7 heroes, I think it is. And basically they stop the Black Beast from basically ruining the world. And in the aftermath of the war, there is sort of a miasma that devastates like a lower tier part of the city. Everybody else is like above that lower tier in the population, and the miasma, or the seether, I think they call it. It kind of enhances some characters. Some they kind of feed off of it, like in a magical sort of sense, and the whole society sort of utilizes this in a magic in a way as to be beneficial to advance their technology to fight the ongoing threat. You got the Novus Orvis Librarum, that's the order side of things. Then you got the vigilantes. Then you got the chaos side of things with the Black Beast and all that. And you got your main characters like Ragna, the Blood Edge, and Terumi, and all those other characters that are, the beef of the story. They are the driving force of what's going on, and through their interactions, they sort of, tell you their part or their role in the ongoing war between order and chaos, as it were. This game is I would say, a spin-off of that. It is sort of a fun little deviation from the core story, I suppose. It is like a what-if scenario. What if like a crossover, like you got the Unial, you got the Ruby, I don't want to call him Ruby, characters. You've got the Persona, 5, not Persona 5, friggin' Persona Arena Ultimax characters in there too, along with the with a select collection of the BlazBlue characters. And I have yet to play the game, so I'm going to quit babbling on and show you some of the features as I have discovered them. I've already went to the menu system, and it's got your basic stuff. Your options, in the way of options, you got your system options, you got your camera control and all that, your vibration settings, you got the game options, difficulty, whatnot, time limit, replay, if you want to save replays as you play, display options, the HUD adjustment, if you like. I never touched that, so that's not really useful to me. You got the sound and master volume things and the language settings. I think this is a little new right here. The battle voice, you can actually set individual settings this time around. It's different because it's usually just Japanese or English. You can set it to individual characters, basically, like in Ultra Street Fighter 4 or whatnot. So they sort of step that up. Now, when you first get into this game, the volume is horrendously loud. It is obscenely loud. Kind of had to tone it down a lot for you to be able to hopefully hear my voice over it. And then you got the network options. Replay uploads, allow people to upload replays and whatnot, autosave, all that basic stuff. usual staple BlazBlue things, and then you got the customize thing here. What's returning is the avatars, the icons, the versus plates, the titles, the quick message. That's pretty much a staple in the ARC system and Axis Games fighters. You can like sort of have your little identifier, your little nameplate, your little avatar for the lobby thing, you know, go into the title here. You know, I gotta connect to the return without saving, get back out of that. But basically when you're in the lobby, it's your little identifier. You can add a little short message, you know, have a little... The avatar is basically this character you see here right now. I'm Ragna, the Blood Edge, for what it's worth. That's your starter avatar. Usually they have a vending machine. I think they're over here. You can buy the... no, that's not a vending machine. That's the arcade thing. My bad. But usually they have a little shop where you can buy... I think it's right here. They changed it to a item shop with the little Tau Kaka kitties. Go in here, see what we can buy. Lobby avatar. You can actually buy them straight out. It looks like they changed that up. It used to be like a lottery system in BlazBlue Central Fiction. You would actually get random drops for like loot boxes type things for like 1,000 coins per try. You get like 10 different random drops. This one is straight up buy, so they kind of bypass that system. You get what you want, I guess. And you know, little, you know, things from each of the series of different characters you can choose to be in the lobby. Icon shop. Got the different characters again. All the you know, the characters that are actually in the game. I don't think there's anyone outside of the game that's included. Then you got your plates according to the different games. You got the BlazBlue, the Persona 4 Arena, the Unial, the Ruby. So that's a little limited. The plates are a little limited this time around. They used to have a much better selection in BlazBlue Central Fiction, so that's a little different. And the frame shop, same thing, limited to 4 different frames there. Color shop, you can buy different colors for your characters. And they're all in the, you know, in-game characters. So there's that. I don't think I have enough credit to really buy anything of worth right now, so we're gonna skip that. I'm finding the camera in the lobby and this like thing right here a little awkward. The controls a little awkward, as it were. Gonna play offline. I'm gonna do... looking for a tutorial. I guess training mode will probably be that. This is my first time in this game, and I'm gonna actually be experiencing this for the first time, same as anybody who is tuning into this thing. I'm gonna go over my thoughts on it, give you my opinions of the new system. Go with Ragna and Jen just for the heck of it. Put them, Ragna and Jen. And as before, you get the, you know, choose your stage, you know, auto random, are the specifics, and the BGM soundtrack select. I'm just gonna leave it auto.
Get ready.
This is training. I'm not sure if this is gonna be a tutorial or if this is gonna be actual just training. Straight up set the parameters. It looks like it's gonna be the parameter thing. I don't even know if they have a tutorial, but.
Let's go.
The game offline feels very smooth. I will give it that. So it's got a, you know, I'm just hammering out stuff. I'm not really sure what exactly is going on. Like, I know the meter has a cross combo and a cross breaker for when one of your characters is like low in health. I've seen that in the reviews, and the cross combo seems to be what I just did. I'm trying to figure out just by pressing buttons. I probably should access the control. Okay, X does the swap out between characters, so that's a simple tag in. Let's see, what circle seems to be the actual the cross options. The to me, just from what I'm experiencing, like with the basic tryout, without referencing the actual moves set, this feels a little bit too easy. It's got the auto combos like you would see in the BlazBlue. It's like it's built to be very accessible to newcomers to the series or whatever, and it's the button layout is really simple. You can actually manually, it seems like you can manually do specials and stuff if you prefer doing it that way. There's auto combos too, of course. Tag buttons seem to be limited to square and triangle. Yeah, I guess that's light and heavy. And then, of course, the C, or the circle, is the cross mechanics. And X, which is D, is the swap out. I'm going to try to get out of this. I'm going to see if I can find an actual tutorial on this thing, because surely it has one. Return to entrance. Surely it's got a tutorial somewhere in this thing. Play episode mode. What is this? What is that? We'll check this out. Anyway, what am I supposed to do? So I guess this is like ranked. This is sort of a descriptor of what everything is going on in the game. I guess sort of a thing that replaces the lychee. I forgot what they call that thing. But where lychee Fei Ling does the little school tutorial thing. What are you doing here? Okay, see. Item shop. Item shop. Let's see if you want to. Just basically descriptors of the features, I guess. I'm just at a loss why there isn't a tutorial here anywhere. So go back to this tactics mode. Unique systems. Okay, so tactics mode might be actually, yeah, tactics mode looks like it's going to be the tutorial this time around. Okay, game rules. We'll do that first.
Get ready.
Yeah, this is a tutorial. Of course, obvious stuff. When your health gauge reaches 0, you're obviously lost for that round. So that's a given. I suppose somebody might need to know that. I don't know. and then the, you know, different sides, of course, you know. Let's see, health gauge, basic stuff, movement, basics, time count, basic stuff, skill gauge. Okay, here's a skill gauge. Okay, we know how it fills up. That's basic. Fancy actions like extra skills, distortion skill. So actually, it is more than just the cross out or cross breaker and the other thing. It's actually got the distortion and the extra skills tied to it. So that's good to know. Skill gauge is shared between tag partners. If one uses too much, the other character will be left unable to use it, so that is good to know as well. Cross gauge, consumed. Okay, so the other thing, the previous thing they were talking about is the orange indicator with 5 is actually the one for the skills and the distortions, and the cross gauge, which is what I was referring to with the cross breaker and whatnot, is the actual little double blue gauge or whatever. So that's cross gauge. You got that. Covers over time. So okay.
I don't believe this. See what you're dealing with now?
Lesson clear.
Next lesson. Okay.
Get
This is
ready.
your basic like BlazBlue lesson tutorial setup. It usually goes from the basics to the intermediate to the performing combos or whatever. So that's usually the way it rolls with the tutorials. Ground movement. It's going to make you do some hands-on stuff from time to time, obviously. Press direction, of course, is ground movement. It's going to make me do the right, left, down, jump. It's just basic hands-on stuff, you know. And let me see if I remember what FN2 is. Sorry. That's one thing that's always bothered me about this tutorial. They don't tell you what FN2 is, and I'm having trouble. Can't remember that for the life of me.
Let's go.
Pretty sure it was R2 or something, but it's not.
I'll end this.
Button settings. FN1. Okay, so they tagged it to the R3 button, I guess. Yeah, I never could understand why they use these cryptic button, input like things. Why don't you just tell them to press R3 and get on with it? It's like it's always overcomplicated. Shouldn't be that complicated in my opinion. Back step, okay. Back step, we got that. Let's see which one am I on. Finish that.
Excellent.
Basic stuff to begin with. Let's see. High jump, of course, down then up.
Go. Good.
I don't know anybody who ever really uses high jump in game. I mean, it could come in handy in some situations. So, it's not all that useful in my opinion. Do an aerial jump, okay. So basically a double jump. Alright.
Go.
That was a
Messed up. This has been a
aerial jump and a aerial backdash and forward dash. Basically you press up, then you press you know, double back or double forward to do that, and then whatever, you know, just if you play BlazBlue, you'll know all about that stuff. That's just your basic intro level mechanics, as it were. Nothing new yet. Attack A and B. Okay, so this is what I was talking about earlier. The attack A and B is basically the square and triangle, I'm guessing, and then the clash is the circle. I still can't get can't get over the fact that they make this so cryptic. Like a tutorial, like if it actually said square and triangle, I mean, I don't even know. It's kind of confusing. Like if you went into this game and you never played BlazBlue before, and you're seeing like A and B, and you're wondering what you're gonna have to reference the options menu to figure out which button's which. Why don't you just, you know, friggin' label it triangle and square, you know, and make it easy for people. I mean, you want people to learn the game, and that FN2 thing, you know, R3. I mean, it's just complicating things just by kind of like what the FGC does with the whole combo setup. How they numerically and alphabetically like assign, you know, the buttons, you know, different things. It's just complicating something that doesn't need to be complicated. It's not that hard. What am I doing here? Okay, so this is the auto combo. It is color. It seems to be color coded, so that is one thing. I am noticing the A is like the same color as the square on the controller, and the B same green as the triangle. So that is at least something, I guess. So you got auto combos. Basically, you just hammer out either square or triangle to get those.
Get ready.
Clash Assault. So you gotta be in a standing state to do the Clash Assaults. If this attacks his opponent on the ground, followed with attack will be performed if partner and reserve with them to attack together. Okay, so that's basically what I did in the first attempt to figure out things. That is the Clash Assault. Just pressing C while stationary next to a character. So Clash Assault, you can hit him in the air with it too, so that's pretty cool. Leg sweep and jump clash attack. Okay. Crouch to perform a leg sweep. So that's how you do sweeps. You crouch and press clash, I guess. So jump clash attack. Okay. Let's see. Okay. They said that's a sweep. Yeah, it's basically it replaces what some of the normal attack buttons would have done, like in BlazBlue Central Fiction. It basically gives you a sweep if you crouch, and a you know, sort of a aerial attack if you jump and then do it, compensating for like having a lack of more attack buttons, I guess. Sort of switching things up a little bit.
I don't believe this. Is that the best you got?
Lesson clear. Get ready.
I know I'm talking a lot through this, and I can just really breeze through this, and I've done this like nearly every BlazBlue. It's the same basics as it basically is, except for the clash mechanics. But you know, you got to do. I would highly suggest doing this if you get into this game, just to get a hands-on feel for it. try to. This is always fun. The guarding thing. Trying to gauge when the character's going to attack. They don't. They don't always give proper warning. You gotta know how to read characters, though. Let's see. Let's see, what is this? Crouch. I just hold it down. Let's see. Oh, I screwed it up. I stood up. I didn't read it. Okay, he's mixing it up. Okay. This is what I hate. They try to fool you, try to add a challenge, an unnecessary challenge to it, because he's jumping. You expect him to do one thing or another, but that is an unnecessary, actually, way they do that. I've always found that aggravating. I mean, if you really want to teach somebody how to block, you know, just give them an opponent that actually attacks as expected. You know, don't have them trying to trick you and jump up and act like they're gonna do this or that. It just makes things aggravating. You can figure that stuff out in the game when you're on the fly playing this game, or any BlazBlue game for that matter. You're gonna get into the groove of things. You're gonna know when to block. You're gonna know when to do things, because you're gonna expect it. You're gonna be able to read your opponent. You're gonna know what they do through their mix-ups or whatever. Doing that stuff in the tutorial, that's not necessary though. It's not necessary. So aerial, you kidding me? So you got a aerial roll, it seems. I guess they're talking about like okay, it's when you get hit and you get knocked out. I don't even know why they call that an aerial. Well, down. I don't know why that didn't register the first time, but yeah. Basically that's a recovery roll is what that is. I don't know why they call it aerial, you kidding me? It makes it sound like it's like a you can actually roll in the air. That's kinda odd. Kinda odd wording for that. Ground, of course, ground roll. This is when they when they smack you down hard in the do that. That is a little bit different from what I remember. I don't think the roll was usually tied to backward or forward, so that is different.
Get ready.
From what I'm seeing, I think they did a lot of rearranging. Like they did a lot of, you know, button functionality, like changes, because like you've only got 2 attack buttons basically. You've got the clash, and then you've got the tag button. It's a 4-button fighter basically. They're having to change things in a way that they can allow for the usual staple. You know, that was the tag, in case you wanted to know, the duo change. But yeah, they're having to sort of complicate things to include mechanics that were previously included. It's not too much of a problem, but it changes the way things were initially in previous BlazBlue games, so you're gonna have to get used to some of this for sure. What am I doing? I didn't even pay attention to that. Partner skill. Okay, partner skill is shoulder button. R1 plus the directions are just plain R1. So I changed that. It's not just a 4-button fighter. It's actually got the shoulder buttons in there. to me that feels like a simpler sort of tag setup than games like MVC or even Dragon Ball Fighters. Like this game feels a whole lot simpler in functionality than it does like in something you would have to really get technical with, like in Marvel vs. Capcom or Dragon Ball Fighters. And that was kind of my concern. You know, how easy is this game for like people? Because when it gets too easy, the pro players will become basically gods in the game, and the normal people, the noobs or whatever scrubs you want to call them, will become like pro tier, you know, without even really earning it. It's kind of giving the player, handing everything to them in a silver platter type of deal, and that was my my concern. Okay, so we got the reversal action. I think I'm supposed to let him grab me and then sort of, it's probably a counter throw, I think. Let him do his thing. I think A and D. See this. Okay. Okay. There he goes. Wrong. I was wrong. I was pressing the wrong buttons. Again, that goes with the confusing nature of the whole button diagram layout and whatnot. Reversal action. I don't even know the point in that. That's like a souped up special. It don't seem to take meter. Reversal action. I don't even know why that would be a thing. Like, reversals are usually tied to what you actually do when you react to a person attacking or something, but that's weird. I'll say that. Starting a counterattack. It's like, it's so odd. Like, counterattacks usually are natural, like what, you know, when you counter an attack basically, but like starting a count, that like implies like you're actually having to do more than what you would have normally had to do just to do a counterattack. It's like kind of complicating things a little bit. So odd. So odd. I don't even know.
Get ready.
Concerning skills. Skills are powerful attacks. So dead spike. So these are the ones that require the inputs plus the ARB, attack ARB things. The technical side of the fighting, these special attacks, as it were. See what we get. Dead spike. Okay. Yep. Basic stuff. I will say the controls feel more responsive, like overall, in this offline stuff. It feels really smooth. It feels really fluid. And here we're gonna do the Hell's Fang thing. So this is gonna be sort of a combo. Hell's Fang plus okay. Plus an additional attack. Sort of a simple little follow-up with a skill or whatever they call it. Good skills, but combining these terms. Extra skill. So this probably be the EX version of, like, basically a special attack EX, probably. They just try to name things differently and try to, you know, imply that's different than the standard fighting game stuff. But yeah, Yeah. So then pressing clash. So to do an EX, basically you do the inputs, then you do the clash button. Okay. Gotcha. Alright. EX is done with inputs then clash. So that's just a little FYI for whoever is watching. It seems it's odd. It's like a mixture of simplifying and complicating things. It is so odd, this game, the way it's built. I've never seen anything like it, to be honest. I've played fighting games every type you can think of, from the basics to the advanced, to the anime, to whatever, the technical stuff. I've played it all, and this is so odd to me. So unusual. It's like they tried to go simple, but they also sort of complicated things a little unnecessarily. Distortion skills, okay, that is a BlazBlue, you know, traditional mechanic you got here. Inputting command plus the A, B, and the attack, so triangle plus circle. That's how you do the distortion skill, as it were. It's gonna take some getting used to. Like, definitely, if you've played, even if you played BlazBlue before, this is gonna take some getting used to. This is, I mean, sure, you can ham your way with the auto combos and whatnot, do the, you know, simple specials and things you've, you know, learned along the way, and that you will learn. But little things like the EX, or the extra skills, and the different little things that they sort of complicated, it's gonna confuse you a little bit. I think it's gonna distortion skill duo, so you can do a tag version of it. Distortion 2 bars. It requires 2 bars. Okay. Skill gauge. Okay, so, and that is done. Hit distortion skill after Agnes. Okay, so you're basically supposed to press R1 after you do the distortion skill, if I'm reading this correctly. Yeah, that's basically that. Sort of tag in your partner and do some extra damage.
I'll end this.
So odd, this game. I'm gonna have to get used to this. This is some weird stuff. So that was the game rules, movements, clash arts. I think I did all of it. Practical application. Okay, so they divided it up. You got the basics, you got the practical application, cross combos, cross burst, resonance blaze, that's a new thing. Reject guards, that's new. Attack attributes. I'm just gonna get into this. Start this from the thing. We need to go through this too.
Get ready.
Yeah, I'm shaking my head right now. I'm like, they're trying to make it easily accessible, and then they went and sort of complicated things a little bit. Partner skill, okay, active partner skill. It's controlling it. It consumes 50% of the cross gauge. Okay, let's see. See how this goes, see how this works. Okay, so it's basically partner skill while attacking. Basically, you attack and then you press the R1 to call him in and have a little extra damage done. Active change. So this will allow you to do additional during partner skill. So you press R1, I'm imagining, and then you press Clash. It looks like. No. Let me see what I'm doing. D is X. Okay. Okay, so active change. I don't even know. I guess that might give you a frame of invincibility or something. Sort of. Let me see if I can do that again. So the other character remains in the thing for a second. I have to double back on that. I didn't really understand that.
Lesson clear.
You can probably. Okay, so it's a way to fill up your gauge a little faster. That's what it is. I was wondering why it wouldn't explain so well, and then it explains it after you actually did it. It's kind of odd timing. Good for building gauge. So that's what that's for.
Get ready.
So odd. You know, I pegged this game as being an easy, sort of a newcomer-friendly experience, but man, it is getting very technical. It is. There's a lot of mechanics to it that are not so newcomer-friendly. So that is changing my mind a little bit. Okay. Partner skill button, press cross combos. Cross combo. During partner. Okay. Partner skill. So you're gonna have to press R1 and then press R1 again plus X. It looks like. Let me see if I did that. I don't even know what the heck I just did, but yeah, okay. It cleared it, whatever it was. Let me try that again real quick. I think some of this could be better explained, to be honest, and the whole little descriptor that tells you what to do is sort of missing parts. It assumes you know things from previous lessons, and that you can carry that over and kind of understand. I think it could be a little more clear. I've always seemed to have issues with these tutorials, the way they're done. I think in a way they complicate things more than they need to. Let's come on. So it says, yeah, obviously you can read this, but it says, if your main or partner character receives an attack during cross combo, it will end regardless of how much cross gauge is left. Okay. So it's just like if you get hit, you just SOL, you're out of luck. Your attempt is kind of, lost there. It gives a state of invulnerability too, so that's why that guy was Ragnar was flashing, I think. Keep the button held if you want to keep them safe, it seems like. So that's interesting. Definitely a lot more technical than I first thought it would be. Cross burst. Partners. Changing buttons at the same time. This is basically. This looks like it's going to complicate what the Well, the old BlazBlue formula was for the burst mechanic, the get out of dodge mechanic, as I like to call it, when you're being attacked or you're guarding or whatever. See, use cross burst. It actually swaps out characters, so it gives you a it gives that character that was being attacked a sort of free out. So that's interesting. Definitely good to know. Kind of good way to you know, survive something. If somebody got you in a heavy combo and you need to, and if you have the gauge to break out, then cross burst, you know, for sure. Get that character out of dodge. That's definitely different from the previous iterations of the burst mechanic. Definitely adheres to this tag formula more than anything. So that's a change.
Get ready.
A Resonance Blaze is activated with the partner skill button when you have only one character left. So one character can be defeated as, you know, as it would be in a tag situation. Resonance Blaze, that's probably like the X Factor, you know, like the Marvel vs. Capcom X Factor, I'm guessing. Be enhanced for basically what it is. Red health gauge will gradually recover, increased chip damage, automatically fills the skill gauge, skills can be cancelled into distortion, so it gives you some perks, like if this is like a last ditch effort to you know, overcome the odds or whatever, kind of X Factor, you know, style, as it were. A little bit different than X Factor, you actually got a little more benefits than something like that, but that's what Resonance Blaze is, so. Went along. Okay. It just demonstrates it. So, like, when you get into the actual game, you got to be able to really get the feel for all this much better. This just basically gives you the execution, the sort of the execution of how to do each thing. That's the way these tutorials play out, though. So spans from level 1 to level 4, so the effects can be increased depending partner, actually, like partner skill or cross combo. So what you do when you're with your partner, when your partner's still there, it actually affects the level of your Resonance Blaze. It actually sort of enhances its benefits and its longevity, I guess. So that is a good thing to note. Kind of cool perk. It gives you a last chance at actually overcoming the odds, as it were. Normal throw. If you press the attack B at the same time, you will move the opponent's position and you use a normal throw. Normal throw cannot be guarded, so it is a powerful method. Normal throw and throw escape. So these are the normal throws and throws escapes. Okay. B and C. That's triangle and circle. Yeah, that's your basic throws. Pardon my coughing. I am not totally well right now, so you might hear that from time to time. If you press attack B, triangle, and clash at the same time as your opponent grabs you, this is a throw, normal throw, and you can throw escape. That's basically BlazBlue knowledge. Gotta wait for him to do it. I didn't do it in time. It's so tricky. It's like you wish they would had a little timer to Got it. Got it. You really, like, in the game when I play, I usually don't do a lot of throw counters. But I don't know, a lot of people don't tend to throw that much. Some people do more than others, but a lot of people are about the combos or the you know, tags or the different things instead of getting in there throwing people. I mean, throws do come in handy. Don't get me wrong, man. They can do the damage. Definitely get you through some things. Reject guard. So that'd be the square and X button during various types of guard. Will activate reject guard. So that costs 1 bar of skill gauge to perform. It will blow the opponent far away, so it gives you some distance. That's what a reject guard is. That's the purpose of that. Okay. Gotcha. Oh, man. Okay, let me see. He's got to attack first. Okay, got him. And it actually calls in the tag partner, so that's interesting. It is interesting.
Lesson clear.
The only, like, this is like in a very needy situation. Like, if you really need to distance yourself from a opponent, shoot, the reject guard would be good. I can see it being useful.
Get ready.
Attack attributes. Have a set attack attributes. See, again, this feels like it's overly complicating something that people kind of already basically know. Like, it's just basically saying certain attacks will land, you know, in certain situations. Like, it's like you know, overhead's gonna hit overhead. You know, if somebody's crouching and you do an overhead, it's gonna hit them. If somebody's jumping and you do like what I just did, it's gonna hit them. You know, it's just basic common sense type stuff. You know.
Get ready.
Astral Heat, the finishers of the game. And a single blow. I always thought these things were so cheap, like the easy way out. Like when you're about done up and you just want that win so bad, man. Astral Heat, that's the way to go. Down, down, down. B plus clash. So that's B plus clash. That's triangle and circle. It's the easy thing. They simplified it. I don't think I did it right. B. Let me see if I'm doing this right. Okay. I can't do the thing fast. During Resonance Blaze. Okay, so you gotta press R1 first to go into Resonance Blaze and then do it. Okay, I see. My bad. My bad. So you actually got to trigger it first. When your bar is like in Resonance Blaze, it'll be flashing, telling you you are there, you are ready, and then you just press R1 and then you go down, down, down. You know, triangle plus circle, and you and that's another thing, like when you actually do this, you perform this in the tutorial. If you don't press R3 before it finishes, you will have to do it again, and then press R3 during the actual finishing sequence. It is weird how they do that. They've done it in nearly every BlazBlue that I can remember. It's just so odd. And if you remember, Resonance Blaze, the state that you get to when you can actually perform an astral heat is it has its what am I trying to word the word you gotta be at a certain point. I think it's round 2, and you gotta be at a certain health marker. I think that's how it worked, but anyways, yeah. And then you've got your characters here, character explanation, and you've got the combos that they can do. So I'm gonna go and do one for you. We're about an hour into the video. Do some combos and show you how the character specific thing goes. And they did have variations of this in like previous BlazBlue games, and kind of help you do the intermediate stuff to the pro level moves and combos and stuff. Pardon me. Yeah, dude. Skills and distortion skills, anti-airs and special abilities too. Okay, so it'll teach you the character specific attacks, special attacks, and distortion skills and all that stuff. It'll explain it away for you if you have any problems. And let's see. I'm trying to figure out what C is. That was so odd. That felt like it was supposed to be like a combo or something. But I just had to clear out the list of things to do. That was so weird. I don't know if the tutorial was botched or what that was. I have to look down at the controls, coordinate. I keep on getting lost in how they do this. Uppercuts. I'm trying to figure this stuff out and it's not helping me. He's actually cussing. Oh man, I am so lost on this. Okay, let's see if I have to do the aerial dive and then do that. Oh man, the cough is coming back. But this is another point that I've always had problems with these tutorials. The way the list of things to do, it's not so clearly explained. It is a problem sometimes. The way they word it, the way they display the buttons that need to be pressed or whatever. See, I'm having a trouble. I press forward plus A and forward plus. It just makes no sense. I'm gonna have to back out of this right here. This is a you can actually hide the virtual stick left at the center of the thing, showcasing what you're actually pressing. Return to the entrance. Actually, I need to return to the tactics menu. But basically, it goes from like the, you know, the basic combos to the intermediate to the things, and it showcases the skills. I want to say special attacks, you know, from old school stuff, but skills and the distortions and the astral things. That's all in the character explanation. Then you go into the combos, the you know, whatnot, and learn that stuff. And here we have the missions, where you actually get sort of a hands-on experience, more so than you did in the basics tutorial or the practical application. It's actually more of a hands-on situation, and sort of helps you fine-tune, you know, things with your gameplay and the way you approach the you know, the opposing character and whatnot. See, it goes back to all the basic things, the reject art, resonance blaze, all of it. Kind of solidifies it. Kind of gives you a more hands-on feel. Doubles up on the going from the execution of the basics to the actual application of the basics. That's what the missions are for. I ain't gonna go into that. I'm gonna actually try and get into some gameplay here and try to. I don't know what it is. Like these lobby controls feel sort of like they're reversed. It's so odd. It is so odd. Don't want to spoil the story. I was told I can only show limited parts of the story, but I do want to, you know, get into at least a match or two and try to see how I fare with just the knowledge I have learned, and I probably shouldn't do that because I'm gonna be. I need to this control of this this lobby thing is just it's got a survival mode, which is cool. I always love survival modes, especially if they do it right. And got the gallery, got the replay theater. You know what? I think I'm gonna go for the survival mode. See if I can actually apply some of what I've learned in the tutorial and try to actually look competent, like actually learn things. See, character select. You got the Ruby characters. Blake was actually free, and for whatever reason they gave Platinum and a couple other characters like Kanji for free. And there's your random, your etc. Thing right there. The roster. One thing I need to point out that really bothered me about this game was the roster of characters. You've got the characters with weapons and reach, and the the projectile characters, and the really exploitable characters like this character here, Tager with his magnetism, Hazma, Noelle Vermilion with her guns, Jin, Ragna, Yu, Yosuke, Chie, and Yukiko, and Kanji. Kanji's not so much. Kanji and Chie are more made like, centered characters. Hyde's got his sword, Linnea has got her sword, Wallstein's got his reach and his grappling power, sword again, very reachy scythe for Gordo. The character roster seems to be comprised of the really cheap characters. I'm gonna just be blunt and say that the really cheap, easy to use and abuse characters outside of Rachel Alucard, Chie, Kanji, all the rest, they just really seem so easy. they look like, I mean, from what gameplay I've seen, they look, you know, pretty much easy to use and abuse, and that bothers me some. But after seeing the way the game is so more technical with the extra functions and the extra mechanics, I'm not feeling so bad about it. You know, I've always complained that a roster needs to be more balanced, and in a sense, this roster is kind of balanced, even though it's comprised of all cheap characters, because that's, you know, basically what it is. It's like the zoning heavy roster of characters, and in that sense it's kind of balanced. So definitely more consistent, so everybody's got more of a fighting chance, unless you choose unless you choose Rachel Alucard. You really got to know what you're doing with her. She's a trap setup kind of gal. Chie is more a martial artist. Kanji, more up close and personal as well. Rest are projectile and reach characters, zoning, you know, and then you got the grapplers, the abusive grapplers like Wallstein, and man, Tager, oh man, I can't believe he's back, but he's a fan favorite. He annoys the heck out of me. He annoyed the heck out of me in BlazBlue Central Fiction, and I just don't like that he's back here. I don't really like it. I think we could have done without him, to be honest, because like he is cheese incarnate. That magnetism, when they gave him that magnetism, oh, it was a game changer, because he does heavy damage with his grapples, and then he's just so much more annoying than he would have been. I'm just choosing some mixed up team here. Gonna try to apply what I've learned, as I said. Try to get something going on here in survival. This is gonna be a gradual evolution of skill display here. I'm not going to be good right at the start, I can guarantee you that, because there's a lot they threw out there and just basic execution. I did not do the application thing, so I'm so... Okay, so... I am doing bad. It doesn't feel like the auto combos. Oh, she triggered her finisher there. No, that's not her finisher, that's her X-Vector. Definitely a more competent AI in the oh man, that's so bad. I gotta get something to drink. Tea for me. I don't know what it was. The auto combos wasn't coming out like they were.
You could at least pay a little attention to your partner.
Would you like to upload your win streak? What win streak? It's like, yeah, I don't think I won there. I don't think I won. But you can upload your win streak, that's good to know. Gotta go back to the lobby, do the whole, walk up to the counter thing here. Just get back in, that's kind of annoying. Go back into survival mode. Yeah, for some reason the auto combo was not coming out for Ragna. I don't know if I. Let me see what the preset is. You can actually do a team preset, sort of like in Dragon Ball Fighters, as it were, and do some cheapness here. Cheese incarnate. Go with what I know. I haven't played Unreal or Persona 4 Arena in a long time. We're gonna go with Team Cheese Incarnate, as it were. Let's see what he's got. Devil looking thing. We'll go with Iron Tiger. Team Red. Team Rage. Team Make You Rage is what it was. I probably won't make this other Team Rage, but man, yeah, that was something funky going on with the auto combos, and there is no choice in technical or stylish. It is just what it is. It's not. It's a mixture of technical and stylish. If I were to be honest, it's not purely either one or the either. Yeah, they play differently. Like Hazama, he's not the same. It's not the same character he was. He's gone into here goes the magnetism. Yeah, Hazama feels different, like, now we are, yeah. Just bopped him. That felt cheap. That didn't feel satisfying. I did not feel satisfied with that. Now I'm gonna get to see if, like, it's just me as Tiger carries over in the survival part of the mode. Since I lost Hazama to foolishness, I can't remember. Like, honestly, after having gone through the tutorial, with it being so complicated and so unnecessary, you know, like so unnecessarily complicated in description, and that's always been a thing for me. I've always had to revisit the tutorial at least a couple times before actually getting into the game. And, you know, that's obviously okay. You come back with a little bit of life, but it gives you a little bit. But anyway, what I was saying is, like, you're gonna have to revisit the tutorial unless you can really figure things out. Like, I am so screwed. These characters play so different from what I remember. So different. They've changed them up. They've changed the BlazBlue characters up from what I can tell. Ragna's got his usual stuff, but the I'd say the auto combo stuff, the stylish stuff, what would have been considered stylish back then, is a lot different. If you go in this expecting, you know, to get easy wins without knowing what you're doing, you're gonna get your butt handed to you. You're not gonna do well. This is a lot more technical than I thought. It is more. There's more going on than just stylish things or easy combos or anything. It's very heavy on the technical side of the tag portion of the game. The tagging system partner skills, as it were, with the R1 and it just throws you for a loop. I'm gonna have to actually revisit the tutorial per section to try to just really hammer home what that tutorial said, because as is, it threw a lot at you and it expects you to take it all in, but the way they presented it, the way they did it, it kind of complicates that learning experience. And that's the way BlazBlue has always been. Access Games has never really been top notch on making a game's learning experience all that user friendly. Like I said, the way the buttons are shown that you need to press in the tutorial, the way it's described, everything could have been done so much better, so much easier if they had have just displayed the actual buttons and not just, you know, just made everything so complicated. That is one failing part for this game, I will have to say. The gameplay wise, it looks promising. I'll give it that. It looks more technical than it does stylish in terms of tag team play, and that is what this game is about: tag team play. As far as being used like newcomer friendly, I don't think it is that much. I think this will be appealing to the technical side of the FGC. This will be alright for that. Definitely tournament worthy from what I've seen. So I retract what I said earlier in my impressions on my blog. Those were impressions I said, but I retract that. From what I've seen, this is much more technical of a game, much more involved. It's not going to be your easy win. You know, just go in and button bash through the thing. It's not going to be that. You got to play your tag team, you know, mechanics intelligently. And as you can see, the characters in that survival mode, how quickly that life bar went down. Everything you do in the way of mechanics and character control, it matters so immensely. You've got to mind the gauge, you've got to mind everything, and there's a lot to mind in the way of mechanics. So if you go into this expecting like an easy, you know, flashy, you know, win that you can share with your friends and just, you know, you're gonna go online and you're gonna dominate and stuff like that, it's not like that. It's even with the easy to use and abuse characters returning, from what I've seen, from what I've experienced with Tager, the way they've done Hazuma, the way they've set him up, it's less stylish, more technical. Let's just put it that way. BlazBlue terms, it's less stylish, more technical. Definitely team focused. Yeah, this is an alright game. I will close in saying, like, if you made it this far, this is an alright fighter for what it is. I mean, I have not played online, and that would be my one downvote if I downvoted anything feature of this game, because the online and I'm gonna actually give that a go. The online in BlazBlue has consistently been under par in, you know, in comparison to Guilty Gear and Guilty Gear's online. It has been hit or miss. It's like you get some really bad laggy matches in BlazBlue games, and you actually kind of lobbies are bigger, it looks like. Casual lobby 1. I'm going to the casual lobby because I'm casual. Pardon me for the coughs again. And look at this happening room, man. This is like a happening arena. Different, very different from the Central Fiction. Sort of 3D, more 3D, disco looking. event here. You connect to the boost like you would the arcade cabinets, the central fiction. Somebody comes up if they want to sort of challenge you, they can get the other side and give you what for, you know. I'll imagine I'll lose to whoever comes up and challenges me if they do. But if they don't within a reasonable time, I'm just going to close this up. But like I said, this game has potential. Tournament potential. Really true competitive values. Despite my concerns with the roster, it is a more balanced roster considering the types of characters they chose, the ranged, the reachers, and the projectile characters. You've got your options that keep it balanced. It's definitely not as bad as I had imagined, and I think that's why Access Games probably gave me a chance with this one. To be honest, I think they knew that I'd see the light of day. So, you know, kudos to them for giving me a chance. You know, to see it as it is. Had I known this, I might have actually bought it myself. I don't think any IGN reviewed it, and their review was so basic. Like, it wasn't broken down. It wasn't as telling as it should have been. I don't think their review, and a lot of reviews are like that. They just cover the basics, the gauges. They don't really go in depth with the you know, features, hands-on or whatever. And I think that's a disservice to gamers looking to get into this. I think it could be better explained, and that's what I try to do with this review here. I think you know, from what I've seen, from what I've experienced, it seems to be alright. Online is going to be hit or miss. I can pretty much guarantee you that. BlazBlue's never had the best online connection, but here we go. But I will give this game its credit, its dues. It's alright for what it is. It looks like I've got a team auto designated. I'm going with team OG here. The rivals, Ragna and Kai. He's not Kai, is he? Kai Kiss? I don't even know. Let's kill each other. It's brilliant.
Can't escape from crossing fate. Fight.
Yeah, there's some lag. Actually used up one of my meters to do the reversal, which came in handy, so I remembered that. Oh man, that reach on that character is killer. Oh, I'm about to be smited. Oh, dude. Yeah, there's definitely some noticeable lag in here. I don't know what the guy's connection was, but it affects gameplay to an extent. It's but he's playing good. I mean, I give him that. He knows what he's doing more than I do. So he played well. Like I said, I'm personally gonna have to go back and reference some of the actual tutorial to actually the tactics thing to actually we'll do a rematch to the guy quest, but I'm gonna have to reference that to get better. You know, I'm gonna have to spend some time with the game, but like from what I see, it's alright. It's alright. I totally forgot about the arena characters, and I take back what I said about Chie, because she's got her persona. Yeah, so Chie's definitely got some range with her persona. I don't know Jen Kisaragi or nothing. Oh man, I'm so borked. Yeah, I'm done with that one. Oh man, yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out how to set the team. I think you gotta actually set the pre-ordered. I mean, not pre-ordered, the tag team things to actually be able to select. I don't even know how to do that, but yeah. Alright, game. Dude won he won it legit, man. He's got 12 wins here. He's alright. There was some lag given, but this is an actual BlazBlue game, and that is common with BlazBlue games. You'll get your good and bad connections, some better than others, you know. Expect it. Like can't even see my indicator. Here was a 3 ping. So that is a R1 chat log. You got the chat one communication. Got the stamps, motion set phrase, keyboard chat. So you can actually do keyboard chat, which I always enjoyed. I always enjoyed coming in here and making light of the situation, the characters, doing little jokes, whatnot. So that's cool. That returns. I like the look of the lobby. I like the look of the lobby system. It's a little cool. It's got little chibi characters, little avatars, you know, dancing around, fighting, doing their thing. Definitely gonna have to train some more. Have to get good with this one. Go back and reference the things. But yeah, you're gonna have to likely fine-tune your approach to fights. Man, they go by in a matter of seconds. When somebody knows what they're doing, fights don't last all that long. Life bar seems to whittle away very fast for characters. You know, everything matters in a match in this game, so definitely, if you get this game, learn it, figure it out, fine-tune your approach. We got poor Ozma here. He's all crashed out on the floor. He's let's see what this are. We are on the I was about to say this is like the Dragon Ball ring right here for the BlazBlue game, but I don't know what that is. I'm gonna close it there. Gets passing grade for me, from what I've seen, even with the online lag. I can see, you know, some good, you know, if you got a local scene, if you got the tournament scene, if you're really, you know, looking for something more technical, you know, and less stylish, this will probably do it for you. You got a cool cast of characters to learn from, Ruby, Uniel, Under Night and Birth, EX Late, you know, all that stuff. Persona 4 Arena. It's got the crossover event of the fighting game century, you know, as it were. It's not bad. If you lasted this long into this video, 1 hour 30 minutes in, congrats to you. You have more patience than I do. You know, hopefully you got something out of it. Hopefully you actually learned something. Yeah, this gets passing from OtakuDante's Gaming Inferno. So I went in with impressions thinking this was going to be the worst thing ever. Figured out that it wasn't. I think Arc System Works did a good job. I think with what they had, they might have complicated things a little bit with some things. The tutorial could have been done better. Roster is okay, not what I expected. It's just a it's alright game. It's alright fighter. For the price, I think you get your money's worth, especially if you have the local scene to tend to. Yep. Do have a good day and enjoy your fighting games. You know, fight on, all that stuff, and give us a chance if you don't. If you've never been into a BlazBlue game, don't expect this to be like the older entries. This is a tag event crossover, more akin to Marvel vs. Capcom 3 than I would say Dragon Ball Fighters, but there are some Dragon Ball Fighters melted in here too. So that is my review. I'll talk at you later. Just going up to YouTube, and you know, take care of yourself. Later. Bye.